Dear children, in today's session, we are going to learn about balance in nature through the food chain. After the session, you all will be able to understand how important plants and animals are for each other and how both of them depend on each other for their survival. You will also be able to understand the importance of the food chain to maintain a balance in nature. Children, we all know that animals cannot live without plants and plants cannot live without animals. Do you know why it is so, children? This is because animals need oxygen to live and plants need carbon dioxide to live. Children, do you all know that green plants prepare their own food? And for making food, do you know what gas they need? They need carbon dioxide, which they get from animals. When plants prepare food, they give out oxygen, which is used by animals to breathe. So, we can say that plants and animals are dependent on each other. The word dependent means one cannot live without the other. So, I repeat children, plants need animals to live and animals need plants to live. That is why we should plant more trees so that we get more oxygen and fresh air to breathe. You can see here in this picture, plants are giving oxygen to the animals for their survival, and in turn, the animals are exhaling carbon dioxide and giving it to the plants to prepare food. Let us see through this diagram how animals and plants need each other. Here you can see plants giving oxygen to animals and animals in turn giving carbon dioxide to plants. Thus, they are dependent on each other for their survival. Now, the next topic for the day is food chain. Let us first understand what is a food chain. A food chain means when one animal eats the other and then in turn is eaten by another animal. A food chain shows how each living thing gets food and how the nutrients and the energy are passed from one to another. Food chains begin with a plant which gets its energy from the sun and ends with an animal life. For example, let's take a deer as an example here. It eats plants and in turn is eaten by a tiger or any other wild animal. A simple food chain could just start with the grass. Children, I once again repeat that we all need to remember one very important point, that a food chain always starts with a plant and ends with an animal. Now, let's see a few examples of a food chain. In this picture, you can see a mouse eating corn and the snake eating the mouse. In turn, the snake is eaten by the owl. Can you see this chain, children? Here, the food chain has started with a plant and the mouse eating corn, the snake eating the mouse and the owl eating the snake. So you can see this is an example, a classic example of food chain starting with a plant and ending with an animal. In the second picture, you can see a mouse eating some grains from a plant, and the mouse in turn is eaten by a snake, which in turn is eaten by an eagle. In the third picture, you can see some more examples. You can see a fruit tree, a deer eating fruits from it, and a lion in turn eats the deer. In the next example, you can see flowers, a butterfly sucking nectar from the flowers, and a frog eating the butterfly, which in turn is eaten by the snake, and the snake is in turn eaten by the eagle. In the next example, children, you can see some water plants, and these water plants are eaten by small fish. The small fish are eaten by a larger fish, and this large fish is eaten by a pelican. There are also one group of animals in the food chain which eat only dead and decaying animals. They are called scavengers. For example, vultures, ravens, crows, hyenas, etc. eat the flesh of dead animals. So children, in today's class, we have learnt about how animals and plants need each other to live, and also about what is a food chain and how a food chain always starts with a plant and ends with an animal, and so many examples of a food chain. Wasn't it interesting? Thank you, children.